Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and today we're going to take a look at our urban worm bag that has the European Nightcrawlers in it. So it's been just over a month since our last update. Again, we're going to add more food, we're going to add some more bedding material, and as it's warming up here, I'm really hoping that these worms start to take off a little bit. It's been a little bit too chilly for them, but not too cold. These worms do a lot better with these colder temperatures being in the 60s than, say, my African Nightcrawlers, which tend to die. But they are still a little bit lethargic at this temperature. So I'm hoping as we get up into the 70s here, especially my basement area, I should say, the 70s down here, I'm hoping that they sort of pick back up again and start really going through the material a little bit faster. So it's been a month, as I said. We're going to add some of our mixture of food, plus the Vitamix output, and also, of course, some of my the new thing I'm adding, which is the carbon water or charcoal water that I have to hopefully get some charcoal into the soil, and that way it also will become biochar as it works through the soil and the vermicompost that's in here. So with that, let's go take a look at the system. Let's see how it's doing and see if we see all the food being gone after a month or not. All right, here is our urban worm bag right here. Let's go ahead and open this up. Take a look and see how it's doing. Seeing a little bit more paper on top than I thought. It is a little dry in here. There's no moisture on the lid. Just going to go ahead and pull this. Oh, actually, hold on. I'm going to grab gloves first so I can clean that off a little bit. I do use gloves in my bins. I know a lot of people don't, but I choose to simply because I don't want this stuff all over my hands and then I'm touching other of my camera equipment. So, all right. So I do see a worm right here on top. Actually, surprisingly, there was a worm on top here. I guess it was on the container there. But lots of bedding material in here. Still have some of our coffee grounds left over still. And you can see that they haven't really worked through all that much. It takes a while to sometimes get through that paper. And I'm trying to check on my bins a little bit faster than I was before, which is a good thing. But at the same time, it might take them a little bit of time to catch up. Oh, this is an apple, I think. Those can be a while to break down when the skin is still on them. They kind of have a waxy coating. It takes a while to break through them. But look at this. You can see this material on top is starting to look a little better. I'm trying to grab seeing some worms on top here too, which is a good thing. So they're starting to really work their way through this system here. Hopefully we'll see some babies and cocoons and things like that in here as well eventually. In fact, was there one in here? I don't know. Thought I saw one. Maybe you saw it on camera, maybe not. I don't know. I might have missed it. I thought I saw a baby worm. But yeah, you can see that they're really actually right there. There is a clear worm right now. Normally they're pink, so I don't know if that's just that's not a worm, but actually I don't know if you can see right here. There is a worm of sort, but I think that's a pot worm or something like that. It's not a European Nightcrawler, but you can see they're really starting to take over this top section. And we're going to continue to add food. I'm going to try to speed up my feedings because I really want to build this system back up again. Oh, we got another apple over here. Still on the camera, right? You can still see? Yep, okay. So you got another apple over here. So throw that over there. Those do take a while to break down, especially when they've got that much stuff on them. You can see, look at this. You can just see that there's a lot more activity in the top here. The worms are nice and active. They're moving around. So this food is really going to get them going, I feel, as I continue to speed this up a little bit and start giving them more food. Let's just see if we find anything in the center section. I know we added the Vitamix scraps in here. And look at this. You can see the different... I don't know if you can see it or not, but you can see that there's a lot of material over here. This is the Vitamix material. And I think those brown pieces that you're seeing are actually crushed eggshell that was in the Vitamix. So that's one thing I like about it is the fact that I can just throw my eggshells in there and it kind of processes them up for me. But look at that. You can tell the worms are really starting to move through this material. They're doing a great job. Let's just dig a little bit more on this outside section here. You can see it's just all material. No food left over there. So it's just one more dig right over here. Yeah, all the material's gone. So they did a really good job of working through this stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bury them back in underneath this layer of cardboard that was there. And we're going to go ahead and add more food. We're just going to continue to add food to this. I don't think it needs really any moisture. I don't need to spray it down or anything. It's that right moisture content where sticking in my gloves a little bit, but not too badly. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and take my glove off and grab some food here. And I've got the food right here. I'm just going to bash it on the side here. Loosen it up a little bit. There we go. I've been moving through a lot of these containers lately. I've been trying to speed up my food processing part. Now you can see there's a piece of mold, some moldy, I don't know what that is right there, but something that's moldy. Cucumber, it looks like. Got clementine in there, some banana peels, lots of coffee grounds as normal. Can't seem to break those apart though. Another apple core, avocado, along with the pit. Those pits do take a while to break down. Banana peel, more apple, or that might be, that's probably an apple or a pear. I don't think that's an apple. More banana peels. We go through a lot of bananas in my house. Another avocado shell. I'm just going to break those apart a little bit. And coffee grounds. So a good mixture of feeding here. Again, not just trying to mix this up a little bit, trying to break it apart. So the coffee grounds and stuff, like these things take a while to break down. If they're not, especially when they're not open. And then I do want to add some more of the Vitamix stuff in here too, which I would probably add on top of this. All right, this one's actually pretty good. This one right here. This one, there we go. Let's open these up. Dump those coffee grounds out to the best of our ability here. All right, that'll just have to sit there like that. All right, let me grab a little bit of the Vitamix leavings that I've got over here. All right. Just going to sprinkle that all on top here. Normally I've been putting it underneath, but I thought I'd try it on top this time. And actually I'm going to put a mask on because there is one other thing I'm going to add to this. Even though I did see a lot of it in there, I'm going to add some crushed crab and eggshell that I have. I haven't added that in a long time to these systems. So I've got a container here, and this is just crushed crab and eggshell and very, very light, very gritty, but at the same time you don't want to breathe this stuff in. This stuff isn't good to breathe in, which is why I have a mask on, an N95 mask. And then I'm going to spray a little bit of water on top with my sprayer. There we go. Just kind of wet this down just a little bit, because this stuff is really dry, especially the Vitamix stuff. There we go. I like to make sure that there's enough water in the bin for the worms. I've been a little short lately, so I just want to make sure. All right, so that's good. And actually I'm going to add a little bit more moisture because I do want to add some of my carbon water. This is the water that I have that looks a little black. And what this has the charcoal in it that I'm hoping will turn into biochar by going through the system. I will have to make some more of this. I'm almost out. And then that should soak in there. And then we've got our layer of bedding material to go on top. So I'm hoping that this will build up these worms. I'm hoping to really start to capitalize on the fact that I'm getting better at, updating this more frequently. So, all right, so let's go ahead and add this stuff on. There's a whole lot of paper in here. And this is starting to get pretty high. I'm going to have to do a harvest of this pretty soon, which is perfect timing. We're coming up to spring here. And I just spread this stuff typically in my yard because I don't have a garden anymore. The deer have eaten it enough times where I'm just sort of tired of even trying, unfortunately. But it is good for my yard. My house was built on top of a golf course, 20 years ago at this point, but it was built on top of a golf course that they dug up all the soil and topsoil, so it's all clay. And it's very hard to grow almost everything in it. So I really like the idea of having this natural material that I can put back into my yard and really sort of build it up without using chemicals and fertilizers and things like that I don't really want to use. So make sure this is empty. There we go. That's good. And one last thing to put in here, I got to put in my little fruit fly trap, although I haven't seen many fruit flies this year. Hopefully I didn't just jinx myself, but hopefully they're getting caught before they make it into these systems. So with that, that's my update. Again, as I said, it's been a little over a month. And hopefully I'm going to continue to work on this a little bit sooner rather than waiting the 2 or 3 months I've done in the past. So I'd like to make it at least, at most a month, maybe even every 2 weeks. Come down here, take a look, and get this system really going. So with that, thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below.